Hello, hello. Are we live? Hello, hello. Either my tablet is behind or we're not live yet. On my end it says it's live. So, hopefully we're live. If anyone is there, please let me know. Can you hear me? I've been doing some fiddling with some stuff this morning. I've been doing some trying of things. So, let's see. Is there anyone here currently? Can you hear me? um, I think I am live. It looks like I am. Okay. If there's anyone here, let me know. I have been doing a little bit of experimenting this morning to try and hold on. Sorry, guys. Um, Sorry. Hello, cat. Can you hear me? I'm doing some experimenting. I just need you to let me know. Can you hear me? Is it good? Is it bad? You're going to be my little guinea pig right now because I need to make sure everything works right. So, I've been experimenting to try and make my lives a little bit better because I feel really bad every time you have to look down at my machine. It's pretty far away and you can't see much. So, in an effort to improve that, let's try this. Okay. Are you ready? Okay. So, here we go. Here's my laptop, my webcam. Okay. Now I'm going to switch it over to the embroidery machine. Let's see if this works. Okay. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Maybe if you restart it, like if you go out of it and then you go back into it, maybe it'll get you closer to where it's supposed to be. Okay, so I have my webcam. Now are you ready to go to the embroidery machine? Let's see if this works. Okay. In a way, I'm kind of happy there's only one person here in case it doesn't work. But I did a couple tests this morning. I did a couple tests this morning and it worked. So, let's fingers crossed this works. Okay. All right. Here we go. Are we ready? 3, 2, 1. Oh, yay! You can see my machine. Okay. All right. I'm excited because this means you guys can see more of what's going on. I'm excited about that. You'll be able to see more of what's going on over here. And you can watch my machine stitch. and you don't have to be like, oh, I can't see very well. We've got it covered now. I need to cover up my live because I have it streaming on my iPad and it's gonna drive me nuts because it's so off. Okay. So I don't have to see myself. I can just see the chat because it's gonna drive me nuts. So now you guys can see what I'm doing. Oh, I'm so excited. It worked. Okay. I'm a little too excited. Okay. So that'll be much more fun. You guys won't have to be like, "Oh, what is she doing?" Yes, like Tim on the lathe. That's what I wanted to do. Because I've been wanting to do this for a while, but I couldn't find a way to get my phone to hook up. And then this morning I found a way to get my phone to hook up and I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is awesome." Unfortunately, on the screen you will see using droidcam.app. It's going to move around the screen every time I go onto it. So, just try to ignore it. It's pretty easy to like ignore it, but I'm just saying it's going to be there because it's free app. Okay. Now I have to change a thread on this machine real fast. You won't be able to see that part because you're down here. Oh my gosh, guys, this is going to be so much cooler. I wish more people were here to be like, "Wow, look what she did." I did it, guys. I made it cool. I'm slowly getting cooler. Okay, so I'm just changing out my thread. I just trimmed the old thread, and then I think it's called a square knot, and then I square knot the new thread on, and then I just pull it through my machine until you see it change the color. All right, once that's done, I can, hold on, I'm on here on my screen, selecting the design I want. So the first, no, I don't want it there. Hold on. Hey, Tammy. Hey, Tammy, look, isn't this cool? I can go to my webcam and I can go to my machine. Isn't that fun? Oh, I'm so excited. Okay. And my husband went out and got me a really long cord so I can hook it up to my computer so it doesn't die on me. So I have the really long cord going to my phone so that it's connected to the computer and it won't die and all that stuff. So I'm excited. Okay. So I have to change my colors in here. You can't see me doing this. I don't think you can see me doing this. So I'm just going in here. You can see this. I don't want the orange on this one. I want the orange on this one. And then here, I'm going to turn that back to purple because I have purple hooked up to my machine and I don't want it to forget that. Okay. Now I'm going to go into, so there's the design I'm doing. And then I'm going to go into sewing. Okay. Now I'll put you back down here. Of course, I've probably lost the spot you were. I just have to make sure I don't knock it over. I don't want to knock over my phone with my machine when this comes out and like, hopefully it doesn't knock you guys over. So I need to go to there to, so this is how I switch the color. So watch the little arm pop out. That arm pops out and I tuck my thread in there and then I press it again and it pulls it in and that's how it threads it. purple is out. So let me fix my purple. You guys can see it happen again. You'll be able to see this one better. It comes out. Oh, I have to, hold on. Gotta make sure it's down to this hole. Down to the hole. Around this little knob. And then I add it. And is there any more loose ones? These ones are loose. So I'm gonna fix those. To make sure that they're all starting tucked away. Okay, they're all tucked away, so they're not in the way. It's on here. You guys can see here. Let me switch you to the webcam. So I purchased this little thing a while ago, and the legs pop out at the bottom, and this comes out from the inside. So it's for your phone, and I bought it originally so I could take pictures. You know, like when you go to take family pictures and you have to like prop up your phone somewhere. I didn't want to prop up my phone anymore because I was sick of propping up my phone. Um, do I need to turn? It says mic and auxiliary is up pretty high. Can you hear me okay? And I was sick of propping up my phone for family pictures, so I bought this so I could put my phone into it and we could stand and take a picture because no one ever takes pictures. Okay. So, that's ready. The phone's ready. Now I just need to start my stitching. So, let me send you back. I'm so excited. Okay. Let me send you back to here. Twist this a little more so you're not looking at the whole area. Okay. Now it's going to start. I also muted my phone so you don't have to listen to my phone making double sounds. I do have my headphones, but I don't know if it'll work or not. Let's see. Did that help any? I don't know if it put me on the microphone or not. Is this louder? Can you guys hear me or no? Let me go to my webcam and see if maybe I can make the sound come from here. Audio. Audio device. Hello? Hello? I can hear that myself. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? But see, I can hear it in my own head. Who's hear it? Hello? I don't know, guys. I don't really know how this works. I'm lucky I got this to work. Wait, can you hear me? Are you okay? I'm sorry. I don't really know a lot about this program. I know it's like a program that Kim uses, but I don't know much about it. I'm lucky I got this to work. So, um, can you hear me okay? I'm sorry. Okay, let me try this. Hello? It may just be going in and out, guys. I don't really know how it works. It may break up. I'm sorry. Hopefully, you'll be more interested in that than you will be in hearing me. Okay, I'll go back to the embroidery machine. Okay. So, now I've got to place my zipper. So, I'm going to take my little zipper right here, and I'm going to hook it up to, don't move. Well, I gotta move, I gotta work. Okay, so I'm adding my zipper on. And you will see this once I take it back to the machine. As long as you guys can see the embroidery, it doesn't really matter what I'm saying, right? Okay. So, now I have my zipper on. So I clip this back in like that, and I tell it to stitch the zipper. Okay. Once the zipper's done, now I'm going to trim out the zipper. So this part where it's stitched, I'm going to trim that out. This is nice because I can leave my desk up. Here's the crank for my desk. And so I can keep it up level for me to use without, because before I was cranking it all the way back down so you guys could get as close as you could to my machine. But now I don't need to do that. And I'm not going to bother moving you back over here. Well, I mean, I guess I could. I could turn you so you can see what I'm doing and I can switch you back. you go, guys. Look, it's a proper studio and you can see what I'm doing. The light's not very good because it's like behind me, but better than nothing, right? So I'm just going along these stitch lines. There we go. I'm just going to trim up some of these threads that are hanging out because eventually they'll show up in the finished bag. You guys still can't hear me? I don't understand why you can't hear me. Kat, can you hear me? Let me see. It says volume. That's as loud as that can go. Hello? 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 Oh. Wonder. Well, now I'm like, what? Oh, can you hear me? Hello? Hello? It's showing that it's working. Balance. I don't know what half of this stuff means. Monitor only, mute output. Hello? Oh, don't want to. Hello? I'm sorry. Hello? I don't know. I don't know what any of this stuff means. Sorry. Microphone in use by OBS Studio. Volume. I don't know. I'm sorry. I feel bad because I want people to be able to watch it, and if they can't hear it, they're not going to want to watch. Okay. So I have that trimmed off. Go in a little more. Let me put you back down so you don't have to look at my head. Okay. That's done. Now I add the fabric. So the one I'm currently doing right now is a custom one for Stephanie. She wanted the dog print, but she also wanted me to stitch Drills and Chills 2024 on it. So that's what I'm doing. I'm doing the dog print and Drills and Chills 2024. Oh, I just tape that down. Move that one down. So the back's done. Now I have to do the front. So the front, I'm going to do it this one. I'm going to take the doggies because I need to make it so it's like this way so that when it flips down, it's the right side up. So, and I've got the dogs. How are you today, Kat? I'm trying to get as much work done today as I can. Because during the week I get nothing done other than kids. So I'm like, quick, I gotta get in the basement and work. Okay. So now I fold this back over and I'm going to go back to my machine. Slide this on. Then I use my knitting needle and I pull it up into the bag. Or try to go. Make sure it's good and tight. So good. I'm used to doing it from this side, so hold on. There we go. So I just tug on this bottom one because I want it to be smooth underneath. And then I just make sure this one's good and level or good and even. And then I go ahead and stitch. Oh, the black came out. This little booger has been coming out a lot. So it's been a little bit more of a hassle than I like it to be. Maybe in a little bit I will change the needle. Sometimes it can be the needle that causes the issue, sometimes not. See, that didn't even take it in. Hold on. It just got stuck. Let me restart that one. There we go. Okay, so that's good. Now I take it out and I'm going to press the front down. So the front fabric, blah, blah, blah. So this front fabric, I'm going to press down. And then I will stitch it down to the stabilizer. So I will pull this down and I go press it with my little iron. Okay, so I'm gonna go do that now. Little iron isn't 100% heated up yet because it's been a minute. Yeah, it is really cute. I like it because it's kind of watercolory. It's got cute little puppies on it. And then after that, I will be working on the event bags. So that's down. Then I just take, yeah. Well, no, I didn't make this. I found this fabric. Or actually Stephanie, who wanted this, is the one who found this fabric. Huh. That looks weird. Hold on, let me go press this and see if it helps it. It's part of the fabric. Hmm. I don't know if I'm in love with that. It's it's showing up like there's like a weird line down the center of this. If you can see that, there's like a weird line. And I don't want there to be a weird line. I don't see it on any of the other ones. So I'm debating whether I should get rid of it or not. I'm gonna redo that one because I don't like this weird line. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a weird little line in there. I don't love it. So I'm gonna come along and cut. Maybe you'll see it if I show it to you closer once I get it trimmed out. Yes, and I do this quite often. If something looks weird to me, I get rid of it. Oh, I think my last bag for the Oz and Og event is being given away today. Yeah, I think it's the fabric though, because it's not like a stain. I think it's just like, maybe a print head did something funky and just went right down it. I don't love doing this because it's it's good. It's fine. The fabric's nice. I think my biggest issue is if a customer gets it and then they're like, "Wow, this quality is crap," or "I can't believe they sold this to me," I don't want somebody to say that. Like spilling 2 colors of drill. What? I'm confused. Because, uh, see, the hard part is like when you buy fabric, you don't know what's on it because it's in a bolt and they just roll it up. They roll it out, cut it, roll it back up. So when you get home, you can find all kinds of new little things that you never saw before. And I don't love it because that is um that's your profit, right? I mean, that's your product that you use. And if it's unusable, then it's technically a waste of money. So, yes, this takes a while. Yep, we're getting there. Well, and that's what I was gonna do with these, because these were ones that I test stitched. So I plan on selling these for a discounted rate, just because, um, I mean, they're perfectly fine. They were just test stitches, right? I mean, some people wanted it to say Drills and Chills 2024. I just didn't like the back, so I would sell that less. Um, and then this one doesn't have Drills and Chills. It was just the thing. So these are still completely usable, and I like to get it out of it, but so I might put those up for sale for a discounted rate. I really do think I need to look into um a website. The only problem, I hate doing it because I don't know what I'm walking into. Like, I don't know what the upfront costs are going to be. I don't know. I don't even know if I have enough people who would purchase for me for it to be worth it, if that makes sense. I I'm I don't know what to do. I'd like to feel more professional instead of saying, "Hey, you just email me." I feel like one day I'll grow up and have a real website. One day. Okay, so this one's gonna go down instead. So I'm just trying to clean this off. And I can pull this away too if I want to. I will. Just to make sure that everything starts fresh. I mean, the only reason why I really want a website is just for the plain and simple fact that um trying to clean out these little pieces. I I really just want it so everything's in one place. Um because balancing, like, say if 15 people contact me about a bag. Well, I have 15 different emails that I have to go into and respond to. Then I have 15 different um shipping addresses I have to go check and see how much it would be to ship to them. Then um I have 15 PayPal invoices I have to create. So it gets really overwhelming, like really fast. So, not because I'm not grateful. It just when it's only one person and you're like, "Oh my God, I can't keep up." It just gets really overwhelming really quickly. Yeah, that too. Um, about people outside the diamond. Well, and then people like local businesses near me could reach out to me and be like, "Hey, can I have this made or whatever?" You be my customer service. I need help with something. I feel like my brain is all over the place. Well, I mean, with that, and then with my kids, and then it's like, I feel I feel like I'm pulled in a million different directions, and should I should I even asked my husband the other day. I said maybe I shouldn't be doing my business. Um, because you think of like the easiest thing you could probably get rid of is doing your business. But I like doing it. And I like making people happy and I like creating things. This gives me the, I don't know, quote unquote excuse to come down and create because normally I wouldn't be allowed to. Oh, let me switch it back over. Um, okay, where did it go? It's not connected anymore. Did it go to sleep? It went to sleep. Sorry, guys. Ay, ay, ay. My phone decided it wanted to take a nap. It's like, no, I don't want to work. Okay, there we go. Yeah, we don't rely, we don't rely on any of this as an income. It's not. I mean, what's the old saying? My husband is the breadwinner. Um, I am not. Um, so this is kind of like a hobby slash business. I put a lot of heart and soul into it, and every single penny I make goes right back into my business. It doesn't. One day I would love to be able to pay a bill, just one bill. That would be amazing. One bill. Um, but I'm not at that stage yet. And I was. So I remember on the last live, I showed you guys my I showed you guys that embroidery machine that I thought was so cool that would take me centuries to afford. But I went on to Amazon and I had heard people purchase this one kind of embroidery machine. It's called a BAI, BAI. It's a BAI embroidery machine. I've heard of people purchasing that one. But the other day I also heard of another company. It's called Smart Stitch. And that one looked pretty cool. And all the people like in the comments were saying how the customer service was really good and that they recommended it and that it was great and all this stuff. And that machine, I can get a 15 needle for, I think it was like almost 6,000. So that's like 10 grand less. So I don't know if that would be worth it or not. It would still be something I would definitely have to save up for. um, the only one of the problems though is I looked at how much it weighs because I'm in my basement, right? So I would need to get it into my house and down my double stairs that kind of switches back and forth. Um, which would not be an easy task. Like the machine I have right now was tough carrying it down. But this machine is 200 pounds. I don't know if I could get it down the stairs. I think I might die. I'm pretty strong, but I'm not that strong. Okay, so now I have it back to the front. There we go. And then I'm going to stitch it. I'm stitching the front down to the stabilizer. Okay, so the front is stitched down. Now it's going to stitch the lettering. So, once I see where it's located, see if you guys can see it stitching it. Can't really see it. There we go. That's a little better. So this is just writing drills and chills, just like the other bag. Except this is in orange. Can I see it? I wonder if I put it over here. Is it just a smidge? There you go. Now you can see it. Sorry, it's focusing on the machine. There we go. I think I got it to focus on the screen. This is so exciting. You guys can actually see my machine working instead of like, well, that looks cool from far away. Sorry, it's still a little blurry, but I think that's as good as I'm going to be able to get it. That was down would be a little better. Don't think I have anything to keep it down. I'm trying to use tape. Woo! Sorry. That didn't work. That didn't work. I'm working, I can be prepping my next one. Hello, Leslie. How are you? I was I was trying to bend this down and tape it, but it kept popping up, so it's gonna have to do. So I'm using a different system to run this live, so I can't see who's here or any of that. So if you are working and lurking, please say hello. Yes, I do have enough for another bag. In fact, I actually made an extra bag. Um, I have some bags ready. I have one bag ready to go um unless you want something specific stitched on it. Thank you, Leslie. I'm doing well. You're lurking. I just figured out how to get my phone camera to hook up so everyone can watch my embroidery machine instead of having to look at it from afar. So that's exciting. I always felt bad. I'm like, can you guys even see what's going on? Now you can see what's going on. It's a little blurry. I apologize. Thank you. I had a customer reach out to me and say, "Hey, can you make it with this fabric?" And I was like, "Sure." So I just had to go find the fabric. And I went to look for it online again, and they are sold out. So what I have left is what I have left. There is not a light on this machine. Nope. Um, that'd be nice. There's a lot of things not on this machine. There's no laser to trace. There's no light. There's no yeah, there's a few things to be desired, but it works good and I love it. I mean, if I had a light, I mean, I don't know if this can turn on a light. Oh look, I turned on a light. Did it work? Sort of. I think it worked. Sort of. Okay. Well, now we can. Oh, I was able to turn on a light on my phone. Okay, now all I have to do. Sorry, readjusting you guys so it's more out of the way because I need to get in here and pull it off. So I'm going to um I know it came. I was like, oh, I can turn it on my phone, but I don't know how well it actually worked. Now I'm just adjusting some of these stitches. Using my snag nabbit. You know, like, oh, just fixing, like trimming the jump stitches and stuff like that. Then once that's done, we can throw it back on. Put it back on the machine and finish the bag. This bag is a lot quicker just because it doesn't have all those other things that I have to do to it. It's not applique. Applique takes a lot longer. Okay. So let me a lot of lint and stuff on the back here. Stay with me, guys. Once I'm done with this part, you can watch more stitching. Trimming up the back of it so that when I seal it, there's no like extra threads and things. Not that that's necessary, but for me, I like it to be nice and clean. Or as clean as I can get it. Okay. Okay, that's done. And now I pull this off. Pull this off. Then I pull the back down and I'm going to press it. Going to press it down with my little heat press. Try and make it a little smoother. Okay. Then I take a little bit of tape to hold it down even more. Let you see what I'm doing here. Take some more tape. Really need like a tape dispenser. So I use a little tape on the corner and a little tape on the other corner. Tricks for treats. Oh, that would be cute. Happy Halloween. Halloween. That's cute. Um, for well, mine I just purchased because it was the only one that they had. So, um, mine's a 6 needle and it's older. Okay, now I'm going to stitch this back on the. Mine's a six needle. It's a PR 620, and I bought it used, so I didn't really have an option, and I wanted a multi needle, so um, I also there's a lot that I've been looking at lately that I'm like, ooh, I'd love that, but definitely not in my price range. But um, I have seen people purchase what is that one called? It's called a Smart Stick. That's on Amazon. I've seen people saying that that has really good customer service. So that might be an option if you're looking for something that doesn't break the bank. The one that I am originally looking at was like 16, 17,000. The Smart Stitch is around 6, and that's for a 15 needle, so that's pretty good. Okay, so now that I have stitched the back down, I'm going to come here and I've opened my zipper and I'm going to add my little tag. And I add my tag in the same place. I hate machine, worst machine ever. um, so I put my tag in the same place about 1.5 inches up. That's where I put my little tag. And I'm gonna press it just real quick with my heat press. Just so that it stays a bit flatter for me. They always seem to get a little wonky. See? Still wonky. Whatever. Okay. Okay. Yeah, this brother machine, I haven't had many complaints about it. I mean, other than going, oh, I wish I had more needles. Oh, I wish I had this ability or whatever. So it hasn't been too bad. Okay, then I put it down. Now I'm going to put the front piece on. I'm going to grab a piece. Remember the other one, the piece was wonky, or it had a weird color on it. Okay, then I'm going to put this down. And I tape this one down a bit. Right, so that's taped down. Now I'm going to go back to my machine. this back in. And this is going to stitch around it 4 times. So, you're going. And yes, Kat, um um I could put that on it while I'm making the bag. Like I do with all my other stuff. I can do it while I'm making the bag. I'm pointing at it, isn't it? Yeah, that's a little better. Stuff caught in it. I'm gonna tuck my white back in. 'Cause It's my white got pulled out. And so it went for a little ride. Okay, now I'm going to put the backing on. No, it doesn't have any writing on it. I can add writing to it, but the only thing is that it would show to the inside. So you would still have visible stitching on the inside. Okay, so that's done. Now I just have to add my back on. So my back fabric is right here. I just put this on top. I add a little tape to the top just so it doesn't get snatched. So I made 2. Well, I've made 3. 2 is going to a customer who purchased or is purchasing them for me. And then the other one just happened to be an extra bag I made because I thought I had messed it up and I didn't mess it up. I thought I had. I was about to chuck it and I was like, let's see if it can still be used. And I flipped it around and it worked fine. So, um, it was more of my perfectionism coming through of going, oh, I can't use that. Well, I turned it around and it was completely fine. There's nothing wrong with it. Okay, now we're just gonna finish off the bag. So it's gonna go around, it'll go down and come back up and around and go back up. And honestly, I wouldn't even be able to tell you which one it was that. So I'll tell you why I thought it was no longer good. I'll tell you exactly why, and you'll probably go, well, that's stupid. So I'll show you exactly why in a second. I can show you with this bag in particular. Okay. Let me just remove all my stuff. Let me go back to my webcam. Let me remove all the little pieces of tape. Okay. Those are done. Just remove these ones. You'll probably think it's really dumb, but this is how my brain works. So let me still have more tape to remove. They only put this machine for like 6 months. Now the machine was sold for about. It was actually created by Ricoma and then later Ricoma 1010. It is identical to the SWF Amberbot. Kind of long story. Well, see, I've heard bad things about those machines though. Like, or at least, so the people that I purchased this machine from, it was a small shop around here. They went out of business because the building that they were in was purchased by like a dermatologist and they wanted it vacant. They wanted every single person out. So I guess instead of moving locations, they just said, okay, we're closing. That was the only reason why they quit or they stopped running the business. So that business shut down. But when I was talking to one of the owners, I asked him, I said, hey, what is a good machine, like a larger machine? And he said, obviously, I'm going to try and sell you on a brother because that's what I sell is brother machines, mostly. And I said, yeah, but I want something more than 10 needles. And he was like, okay. And I said, what about Melco? And he still wouldn't recommend Melco, which I personally think they look nice and they function. I've never owned one, but I asked about the SWF that Amber has, and he said no, he wouldn't recommend that one. And then I said, what about Ricoma? And he was like, definitely wouldn't recommend that one. Um, so um, I've also asked another one that I've always heard of happy machines that are made in Japan. And someone said that they would learn how to fix a happy machine because they think it's a good enough machine. But I feel like you're gonna have people who are rooting for one or another, um, no matter which machine you end up going with. Like somebody's gonna be a diehard Ricoma fan. Someone's gonna be a diehard um Melco fan. Someone's gonna be, we're all gonna have our preferences. The only reason why I thought of keeping a brother machine is because it would be easier for it to be maintained. There's probably a lot more people around who can maintain a brother machine than not a brother machine. So that was my original thought. But at the same time, I feel like you could learn enough about a machine to fix it. You have to put in the time and the effort for it. Do I still create artwork for fabric? I do still have my Spoonflower shop. Yes, I do. I have not created one in a while. Um, it's been a while since I've made any. Not because I haven't wanted to, but I'm a stay-at-home mom. I also homeschool. I also do my small business, which has started to take off a bit more than it was. Mostly by word of mouth, which has been helpful. So I don't really have a lot of time to sit down and draw. But also drawing the artwork for fabrics wasn't like my number one goal. It was only because Amber had introduced me to it. And yeah, because Amber had introduced me to it, and I thought that would be a cool side hustle, and not a whole lot has come of it. So it's more of like on the back burner just in case there's any interest. Okay. So, Kat, the reason why the other one wasn't right or flawed, put it in quotes, because I started to trim off my edges with my rotary cutter, which makes it so much faster. So I would do one side like this, trim, done, goes in the trash. Let me bring my trash closer. Then I'd go to the other side and I would line that up. Trim, done, goes in the trash. The top, I can't lay it flat here because there's a zipper in the way. So, there's a zipper in the way, so I can't lay this flat like I can on the other sides. So I go to the outside and I just eyeball where I want to trim it. And that goes in the trash too. So look, that's pretty much done. My thing that I did wrong was I trimmed this the same way as I did the sides. And you technically want to leave a little bit of a hangover so you can tuck it in and glue it. That's the only reason why I was going to chuck it. That was the only reason why I was going to throw it away. So, you tell me if that was a dumb idea. I'm sure there's a lot of people that would be like, wow, that was dumb. So now I give it a little extra, still trim it, and then I come along with my big old honkin' scissors, these suckers, and I trim that down. So no one's ever said it's a good machine. You're like, so I got stuck with a lemon because somebody sold me a lemon? Yeah, I'm not kidding. That's why I was going to throw the entire thing away. I was like, oh no, I can't do it because I didn't think that I could glue it properly. But I was like, well, what the heck? I'm going to give it a go. And I was able to do it fine. So that's the only thing that's different with it. And I wouldn't be able to tell you which one. I wouldn't even be able to tell you which one is the one that I did the quote unquote mess up on. So it's not really a mess up. It was just me getting super excited about trimming off the edges and going, yay, I figured something out. And I don't have to do all the hard work of hand cutting every single thing. Like, because hand cutting really does hurt your hands. So there we go. Voila, done. And here I pull these back, pull this down, and I trim off this back piece. Ta-da! See, now wasn't that dumb? Wasn't that a dumb thing to think, oh, well, I can't do it now? It just goes to show you the standards I put on myself when I'm making your guys' bags. The standard is high. Because most of these things you guys wouldn't even know. Um, because you guys wouldn't even know that I had done that. But in my head I kept saying to myself, but I know I did that. So, I mean, us creative folks are like our own worst enemies. Um, Leslie, also another thing to remember is depending on where you purchase from. So, say you purchase from a local shop, a lot of the local shops that I know, they offer a 1 year trade in. So, say you purchased a Brother 10 needle or something like that. I don't even know what they're called. Say you purchased a Brother 10 needle and in that year you go, man, I really like this machine. Or you could get a 6 needle. Get a 6 needle and try it out and be like, man, I really love this 6 needle. It's great. Sometimes you can go back in within that year and say, hey, I love this machine. I want to have a 10 needle. And so they will allow you to trade in that machine and get the next one and put the money that you paid for that machine towards your new machine. And then you just have to put the difference on top. So if that's something that you'd like to try, you could always do it that way. That's how I got my machine. I originally purchased a flatbed Brother machine. And within that year frame, probably within like 6 months, I went, I really like embroidery. And I was looking at their website and they had this 6 needle that someone had traded in and it only had 800,000 stitches on it. Um, and they wanted like 5,000 something for this machine. So I called them and I said, hey, would you do the trade in? Because I really like that machine. And so I took in my last machine, my flatbed machine. I traded it in and I think I put like $2,700 more on top and I got this machine. So that might be something that you look into. Like if you want to try out a Brother machine and see if you like it or if it's the quality you want, you could maybe do that. And then it would give you a little more time to save up for another one or to save the extra on top while you're kind of testing it out. So that's an option. Just something to think about. Okay. So anyway, now I take this and I'm going to flip it inside out. Or flip it once. I know I'm super perfectionist. Well, I think it's more because I'm like a huge people pleaser. Oh, Leslie is a sewer. She knows. Leslie is from my embroidering and um crafting days. I haven't been in that group in forever. Are you still in that Discord group, Leslie? I think you were in that Discord group. I'm no longer in it. It was a lot of drama. People got mad at me and I was like, I don't understand why people are getting mad at me. The whole point was she made someone made a video on how to do something. It was a how-to video. Well, if you're showing people how to do something, if you're showing someone how to do something, you're pretty much assuming that somebody's going to do it or make it or try it or experiment with it. I mean, when I come on here, I know that, I mean, most of the people watching me now are not people who have embroidery machines or anything like that, but I know that, somebody may try my stuff or they may try to make it. Can I yell at them for it? No, because I don't own a patent on it. There's no person waiting at my door saying, oh, if you tell someone. Okay, now I'm just heat pressing this so that I can make it flatter for when I go to glue it. And this little mini heat press keeps turning off, and it's annoying. Okay. So once that's all pressed, I can then do my edge. That in, pull that down. And then I press my edge just so that it's nice and crisp. It's not going anywhere. Okay. Then I clip it. Leslie has a 10 needle. She said it earlier. She has a 10 needle Husqvarna Viking, and she says that she hates it. That it's the devil machine. I mean, I had to leave the drama because I didn't understand. I was like, well, everyone does the same thing that everyone else does. That's what kind of group this is. It's an embroidery group. Everyone embroiders. Like what or sews. I'm like, how are we not covering? I don't know. I've reached a point where I mean, I've even had people reach out to me and ask um I've even had people reach out to me on my Etsy shop and ask where I got a file so that they can make it at home. And I think a few years ago it would have offended. I mean, it's still offensive because you're trying to sell it and somebody's coming to your place of business. It's like if somebody walked into a store and said, "Hey, I want to know this recipe," or "I want to know where you buy this." I understand that. It's your thing or whatever. The only problem, um, but I kind of got to a point where I'm like, maybe if I share with this individual where I purchased this embroidery file from, maybe um maybe it'll come back to me in good karma. Maybe today I'll get a sale. Maybe today I help someone who couldn't afford my price. You know, I don't know. I try to look at it as helping someone out. Even though I was a little bummed I didn't get a sale because I don't get many on my Etsy shop, I still tried to look at it as a positive thing. And that's kind of why I do these videos. I mean, I also um well, I mean, in the crafting world you find rude people. I mean, I've been sitting at um my husband can tell you. I've been sitting at craft fair and people walk up and they just go, "Oh, I could do this," or, "Oh, I'm just gonna take a picture and send it to my daughter and she'll make one for me." Like, literally, they say that straight in your face. Like, you're right there, looking right at us. And I'm like, "Oh, yeah, yeah, it's pretty easy," and blah, blah, blah. Like, I mean, I, I guess I'm not. It's funny, is I feel like I used to be a lot more confrontational, but I'm not as confrontational anymore. Yeah. Here goes my phone again because I take so long. Oh, sorry guys. I have like a lock screen, and every time I lock it, or every time it times out, it just goes off. Ten needle on a single. I love my Remy. Oh, yeah. I have a Husqvarna Viking that someone in our group actually gave to me, like, that was a long time ago. She was doing a giveaway, and then whoever got drawn to win it didn't want it. They said they were already getting a new one, so um so many other people weren't interested, and she was like, "I want to give it to Sarah." And I was like, "Really?" So I have a sewing machine that's a Husqvarna Viking, and it's an older one, but it's better than the one I used to have. So I use that one for all my sewing when I do sew, which is rare. Okay. Oh, I didn't even explain what I was doing. Sorry, guys. Um, um, so I just sewed, I didn't sew it. No, I didn't sew it. I used Fabri-Tac to seal my my opening in the bottom of the bag. So I'm gonna let that go ahead and dry, and then we can flip it inside out once it's dry. Now I'm gonna start on the other bags. So what time is it? It is trying to find 1:46. Okay, so I'm good on time. Um, I didn't want to go over Shay's live. So Leslie, instead, I've joined a group of diamond painters. Um, I don't diamond paint a lot. I I do off and on. I don't know if you know what diamond painting is, but they're like they're like almost like little rhinestones that you attach to a sticky canvas. It's almost like paint by numbers, but with little kind of rhinestones. They're called resin or acrylic stones. Um, but um, I've joined a diamond painting community, and they've been so very welcoming to me. Like, I always feel bad because I'm like, I don't have all the stuff you guys have, and I'm sorry that I'm not like more of a diamond painter, but they've all been very sweet to me and kind and welcoming, and there's been no drama, which is really nice. I'm like, I'm pretty young, and I can't even stand the drama. So, okay. So now I switch over to my other design. So this is a design I created for them. This is a design I created for them. I'll show you once I get it. Can you see it? Kind of. So this is a design that I'm going to be putting on bags. And this is what it looks like. I'll show you a finished bag. This is the finished bag. So they have a bunch of different events, and I've just been hanging out with them and creating and using my imagination and getting inspiration from people. In fact, the lady you're talking to, who is Sparkle Dust and Diamonds, her name is Kat, and she was actually one of my helpers in figuring this out. So this is another kind of bag I make. Here, let's fold this away so you can see it. This is another kind of bag I make. This is Kat's, actually. And this one's for a lady named Tracy. She actually helped me. So this originally just had a see-through area. She asked me if I could make it into a pocket. So here is the pocket. You can see that. So she helped me by brainstorming that idea, and she was like, she reached out to me and said, "Hey, can you make a pocket in that?" And I said, I don't know. Let's try it. So that's what I've been up to. And everyone's been very sweet and kind to me. I found it mostly through a lady named Shay. Crafting with Shay. She doesn't do crafting. She does a lot of just diamond painting. And then Leopard Leatherworks. I followed them and watched him turn pens on a lathe. So that's how I found this group. Kind of a long little story. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and sew this. And I've got this all ready to go. And it's going to do my placement stitch for my bag. Then I have another hoop that I hoop up, or that I get ready. And I go back and forth between two hoops so that hopefully I can get double done in the same amount of time. So right now I'm hooping up another piece of stabilizer that I will put in when this one is done stitching. And it will be stitching while I work on it, and you guys can just watch it stitch the entire time. So I think that works out well. So you guys are never bored. You are going to be constantly looking at something being made. And you'll just see the whole process, but without, all I have to do is flip it back one step and then let it go. And while that's going, I can put on my my zipper. Yeah. I'm like, I don't even know if I would have time for diamond painting anymore. I gotta get to work. People are counting on me. Okay, so that's out. Now this one goes in, and it's got the zipper attached. So that one's done. Then I just go back one, and I just repeat that step on the. So I try to get as much done in that time. That doesn't have a thing. I can tell just by the sound. The sound's like, nope, that is not in. Yeah, I can tell this. You can tell when the needle is empty and there's nothing in the needle. Sometimes I'm not sure if it's due to like a needle going bad or if it's due to just it didn't catch and so it comes out. I don't know. So I have to restart that step. Luckily, mine's not willing to let me go that easily. But on my list of, I finally got a heat press. So there's one of my things that I did get. You know, I've been wanting heat press ever since I joined that community, that crafting embroidery community. I've wanted one for forever. Finally got one. And it's coming very handy. Ah, stuck on my shirt. Okay, so that one's down. Um, Now I'm putting the fabric on the back. Just taping down my fabric. I don't know why I keep going. I keep going for new tape because my other tape like loses its stick, and then it just doesn't work as well. I don't know. I hate wasting the tape, but I'm like, if it's not working right, how is that helpful? Okay, I'm just putting down my fabric. I'm making myself a straight edge so that I don't have to guess where a straight edge would be. There we go. Making a straight edge. Alright. Hearing dripping noises. Guessing it's from the air conditioner, but kind of creepy. Okay. So these fabrics are down and ready to go. Move this one out of the way. Put this on. Okay, guys, I'm also trying something new. I'm trying to be more efficient. Like you saw, I'm trying to trim it with my rotary trimmer or rotary cutter. And I also pre-cut some items in an effort to hopefully make the applique process go quicker. So we'll see if that works or not. I've never actually like super used it, so we will see. So I'm gonna go ahead and stitch this down. No, I haven't. Oh, guys, this makes me so mad. Why is it doing this? Could it be my needle, Leslie? That it's not staying in? But light keeps coming undone. Is it my needle? I don't know. I've never used Timberbell's tape. No, I only use masking tape. Just because it's cheaper. It's so cheap and easily available. Just you can pick it up pretty much anywhere. I've also heard like what's the other tape? Like the tape they use for okay, did that not go all the way through? There's another tape. They use it for like in emergency rooms. It's like so it's like oh, I forgot what it's called. It's got like little micro perforations on it. I've heard that's pretty good too. I just have never tried it. All right. Now I put down my next one. Sublimation tape. Oh, like the heat tape? I don't know. I've never used that either. I'm really helpful there, guys. Um, yeah, I just use masking. I think I think I saw Ashley use masking, so I just started using masking. Um, how much is Kimber Bell? I know she's a isn't that an embroidery company? She does that and like stabilizer and stuff. I'm pretty sure that's who Kimber Bell is. Yeah, I mostly just use things off of Amazon just because it's easier for me to get to, but I'm sure that stuff would work too. I'd have to look into it. Okay. Trim me another edge. Great. Now, so that's down. I can send this corner. Put on. Sorry if I knocked you guys. I use my knitting needle that I don't use for anything else to put my fabric. Down. Tuck or pull my back fabric down a bit so nothing's jammed in there. And then stitch that one. See, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. It's annoying. Okay. Now, I use my heat press to press this down, the front down. My mini heat press, not the full-on heat press, because it wouldn't go under there. I'm waiting for it to heat up because it turns off every probably less than 5 minutes. It gets really annoying. Nope, it's heat up now. So I can take both of these over and press both of them. Okay. This one's done. Just use a little bit of tape to hold it down for the most part. Hold down the other side. Then I tuck this in. Okay, now it's going to stitch it down. to the stabilizer. Now it's going to do the glow in the dark stick. On placing that, and we'll let this get stitched on. Try to get multiple done at a time if I can. Okay. So here is what I did, guys. So let me put you back over here. So I cut this out on my silhouette machine. And this is the glow in the dark vinyl. And I cut it out slightly bigger than the design itself. And the problem is I'm not very good at lining this stuff up. So this is where I think it's gonna go, right here. And I'm gonna go heat press it first before I put it on the machine. I lined it up as best as I think it needs to be. So that's been pressed on. So I pressed it on. So it's right here. I'm going to take my film off. That's what it was on. And now it's all pressed down. Probably could have pressed it a little bit more. I might press it a little more just to make sure that it's good and on there. Because I don't want it going anywhere. Okay. So now that's good and on there like that. So you're going to go back to masking tape, or you're going to nicer stuff? I mean, either way is fine. Whatever you can afford. I try to use good product, but also at the same time, I can't break the bank. Okay, now I can do this one down. I'll just stitch that down. Watching and listening to me exactly. What? I'm confused. But that doesn't mean anything really. Sometimes I'm confused about a lot of things. More. Okay, I think that's good. Now I'm gonna go ahead and press this one down too. Okay, now that's heated down. So this one's done too. And I can go ahead and run the next stitch for the house. Okay. I'm like, what? Like, I don't know what you're talking about. So now I have the house done. And I'm going to go ahead and do this one. And once it gets to just the full-time stitching, then I'll just do that. But so I'll stitch that down. So now I also don't know if you guys can see this. So I also cut these out of my silhouette machine. So I'm going to try my best to line it up. going to, trying to think how I want to do it. I think I'm going to just try and seal some of the edges, like press just a few of the edges. Okay, I'm going to do that real fast. Right now, this is kind of just trial and error. And I'm only going to press down a few edges. Because if I need to change anything, I can't really change much if I have everything pressed in. So I'm just adhering it slightly to see if that'll help. Hi, Lee. Thank you. Let me put it back down. I figured out how to hook up my phone to my computer so I can go back and forth. So now I'm going to take this and let's see if this will stitch it right. Okay. Now it's got to stitch the windows. I'm worried about the windows. I may have to fix the windows a bit. That's done. Now I'm going to trim out those windows just a little bit so that there's not so much there. Because my satin stitch on the windows is really kind of small, so I don't want it to get not caught in the fabric. So I'm just over here fixing it, trimming it a little bit. Now I can probably change this in my software when I do my silhouette, which I might have to cut more in a little bit, so you guys can be around for that too. all of this is trimmed out, then we can heat press it. And then I will set you guys up in front of the embroidery machine and you can watch the whole thing go. Just trimming right now. I will be there in a second. Because I think actually for this haunted house, I can actually do it where it's completely like the exact same size so that it'll stitch fine and I don't have to do much. The only one that I have to do much with is the moon. Or yeah, moon. I was like, wait, is that a moon? I designed this, guys. You would think I'd know. And I talk to myself a lot, so right. Yeah, I think I'm gonna make the house itself the exact size because then it'll line up fine. And since it's being completely sealed in with satin stitches, it won't really matter because it'll be sealed in. So that'll be great. And it'll allow me to have one less thing I have to do. Right there, guys, please be patient with me. I know you can't see what I'm doing right now, but I want it to look decent enough for somebody who purchases it. Getting there, almost done. Okay, I'm just cleaning it off. And then I'm gonna go heat press it, and then we'll put it back on the machine, okay? I do not use zipper. What's zipper tape? I'm guessing if I don't know what it is, then no, I don't use it. Now it's pressed down and I can start the stitching. Do you use zipper tape or the zippers? What do you mean? Okay, so I'm going to put this in. Now it's going to go ahead and do my moon. Make sure all of this is out of the way. I don't want anything coming undone or messed up. Do you mean like zipper tape, as in it comes in a roll and then you add the zippers on? Is that what you mean? Or is that what you mean, Leslie? I have used it before, but I don't use it on this. The company I get these zippers from is on Etsy. It's called Zip It. Um, and I really, really like their zippers. I think I've bought 300 from them already, and I really like their zippers. And they have a ton of different colors. I think I have their like sales flyer here. No, that's not it. I don't know where it is. I thought I had, but I don't know where it is. But it's Zip It on Etsy if you're interested. I have used it before. I used the long the that like zipper on a roll or whatever. I've used that for what's it called? Upholstery. So I didn't know exactly how much I would need. So I bought upholstery on I bought the zipper on a roll and used that for upholstery. So I've done that before, but I don't use that for this. and then you also have to look at the zipper tape that they're using because as far as I know, zipper tape usually comes in like a number 5 or higher. The zippers I use on this bag are a number 3. So they're not quite the same. And the number 5s are made of metal usually. These are in the Hoops projects. I mean, you can use number 5 tapes on these kinds of projects, but I don't want to ruin my machine. Um, and this haunted house that you see, I actually digitized that myself. Very good. Oh, why it keeps cutting that off? I don't know. Is it Carrie or is it Tim? Because I would say hi to whoever I knew I was talking to. So hi, hi. I think it's Tim. Hi, Tim. Hi, Carrie. What am I turning? Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, she has a computer. She could log in. What are you turning? What do you mean turning? Yeah, he turns diamond painting pens, and he also turns, you can't hear the machine because I'm running the mic off of my computer because I didn't want it coming on over my cell phone. So right now I have my cell phone hooked up to my computer and I muted my cell phone so that you guys didn't get all that loud noise. Yeah, Leslie, I really want a writing pen from them. Like so bad. But one day I will get it. Because I know I get a see, I don't diamond paint as much as I was able to before I got more busy. So a writing pen would come in way handier and more useful for me because I write every single day when I homeschool, when I'm writing my to-dos, all that kind of stuff. So a writing pen would just make more sense for me. He it some of the resin blanks are wood and resin. Or he has also turned just wood pens. So he does that too. And he also does leather. But mostly right now he does diamond painting pens. So guys, I redigitized the bat because I was not happy with the last bat, and this one's so much better. It's actually a satin stitch bat, so it looks a million times better than it did. Now it's going to do the writing. Gonna do Drilled and Chilled 2024. Your husband will throw you out. Okay, I think I ran out of bobbin thread, so I'm going to cut it and I'm gonna reach down here to check my bobbin. My bobbin is empty. So I put my bobbin, the remaining of my bobbin, where I store it. It's stuck in there. I'm gonna clean out my bobbin case a little bit because there's still glitter in it from the Wizard of Oz bag. Okay. Now here is a full bobbin. Whoops. This is a full bobbin. This black right here. Whoop. It's too close. The black right there is a magnet. These are Magnet Glide bobbins. And the magnet just helps to make it keep more even tension when it's going through the stitching process. So, if you can see, right here is where it left off, right? I'm going to trim that off. Where's my scissor? I'm going to trim that down, and I'm going to try and cover that up. Okay? So, what I do is I go back in my software. Can you guys see what I'm doing? I go back in my software. Sometimes I go about 30 or 40 stitches. It depends on what it is. So I'm going to go ahead and start it again. And it's going to re-stitch over that spot. And hopefully you will never know it was there. I have to fix it a little. Yeah, we're good. Okay, bye, Lee. Thanks for stopping by. Let's see, what time is it? 2:47. Does Shay go live at 3? Well, 3 my time. It would be 4 her time. I think it's 4. So I'll probably have to stop soon too. But do you guys want to see how that other one came out? That other bag? I can show you how the other bag came out. So here is the other bag. Hi guys. I'm gonna undo this. So it's all sealed up. And then your time. Yeah. Then I put this inside out. Let me push it out. There we go. Got my little bone folder, and I push out my corners. I think it looks pretty good. Okay. Drills and Chills 2024. Let me go press it a little. And then you'll see it. You want to see bag. Hold on, I'll show it to you better in a second. is the finished bag. Drills and Chills 2024 in orange. Yeah, you know, it's done. You can see, there we go. So that was a finished one for a customer. I add that to my batch. Leslie, here was the other one I made. There's no place like home, and it's got the ruby slippers on it. I designed that one as well. Well, let me be back watching it. You guys don't have to watch me. Right, guys, so this one is done. Well, this stitching is done, anyway. So it looks pretty good. I can't back it up anymore. Now it's good. Now I've got to work on the next one. So I think since it's almost time for her live, I am gonna sign off, and I have another live to get to. So I'm gonna sign off. I I don't think I'm going to be coming back on later just because I can get a lot more done, but this is what the stitching came out like for Drills and Chills 2024. And then I will go ahead and finish the rest of this and make a whole lot more. So, thank you so much for watching. If you are interested in this bag, it is $60 plus shipping, and it will be available through, you can email me at sarahincreations@hotmail.com, and that's where you can contact me. If you're interested, I need your name, your email address, and your shipping address so I can make you an invoice and send it your way. So I think that'll do it for today. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you had fun, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye, guys.